Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. So today we're going to be going over the most recent resolution passed by the House of Representatives, and this was really to limit Trump's war powers ability with Iran, which states that all military action with Iran must end unless it has congressional approval. This was a concurrent resolution, which means it's non-binding and it does not need to be signed by the president. However, some in the Senate have looked to propose it or something similar to it, which, if it does pass, it would almost certainly be vetoed by Trump. So this resolution passed on party lines with really only 3 Republicans, including Matt Gaetz of Florida, who, if you guys did not know already, is a really good friend of Trump and a close ally. Whereas 8 Democrats joined the rest of Republicans in voting against it. So in reality, this resolution is really just another symbolic gesture. It has no real authority, there's no real meaning to it, and at the end of the day, it's just to send a message to each congressman or congresswoman's district that he or she can say that they either support it or they don't support it, and basically the constituents can agree or disagree with that and vote as needed. Now that is pretty much it for the resolution itself, but I wanted to talk about what this could imply for the future of the executive and legislature's relationships when it comes to war powers, because for me, this is a really interesting question and something in my opinion that's worth discussing. So for me personally, I was having a tough time deciding on how I thought about the implications of this resolution and really what the broader question is. And in my opinion, I think the broader question really is, should we limit the executive's power to conduct military force? Has the executive gone too far with its ability to just use military force, especially after the war on terror started? Is that too much right now? And this question was especially hard to answer because, especially with the rise of terrorism, the military definitely needs quick reaction time, which the executive undoubtedly would have. It's a single guy and they can make decisions based off the information available. Congress, on the other hand, is definitely going to get gridlocked way too quickly, so it just makes sense that the executive needs more power to conduct operations against terrorism, and that, honestly, in my opinion, is a solid argument. However, in the long run, I just think the power of war is vested in the Congress, and in my opinion, I think for too long now the executive has gotten the American people into way too many proxy wars, especially in the Middle East, and with the restraint of their war powers, the likelihood of that happening is going to be diminished, which I think is a good thing. So I don't think, however, that the intention of Democrats was to do this. I really just think they did it to oppose Trump. That's pretty much, all the rage now, and especially after Obama's hundreds of drone strikes, I didn't hear any outrage over that by Democrats, so I don't think their intentions were very genuine. At the same time, though, I really do think this sort of path is good and should be followed, so I really can't complain if their intentions are disingenuous or not. Now, Matt Gaetz, the congressman who joined Democrats, stated that this was not a criticism of Trump, but that we should not be engaged in forever wars in the Middle East, which is exactly true. The majority of Americans do not want to be there. Everyone thinks it's pointless. There's no real value in it, and at the end of the day, we're just sending Americans to be killed for no real gain, honestly. The other thing is that just like passing laws, declaring war, and using war powers in the legislature is going to be hard to do precisely because of gridlock. Yet, if it does pass the gridlock, then you know that the reasoning is more justified, and therefore you can assume that military force is needed and reasonable. So, at the end of the day, I think that is the best course of action. I think that would basically mean that whenever we do use our military force, if the power is more vested in the legislator, then you know that it's, for a reasonable cause and not just so we can get into a proxy war in the Middle East, which is such BS. So that's really going to be my take on it. Regardless of the president, I'm all for limiting the ability of their war powers, yet I understand the other argument, but I just think the scope of their power has gone too far, and if you limit it, the proxy war is going to be diminished, which I think is a better trade-off than giving the executive much more power to conduct anti-terrorism operations. So that's going to be my take on it. Like I said, I'm curious what your guys' opinions on this are. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say, but anyways guys, that's it for today. I hope you all enjoyed, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated, and I'll see you guys later.